Well, welcome to the weekly market report here on Thursday. This is the 27th of June, and exports have just come out. We're going to go straight to those now. We've got net sales in cotton of 72,000 running bales. I had to check that twice to make sure it was a positive number. If you remember last week, we had a negative number. We had cancellations from China and others, and that was a shock to the market and led to a pretty big sell-off, especially in July. So let's see, Turkey took 19,900, Vietnam took 11,200, Indonesia took 11,100. Then we've got small cancellations. New crop sales of 45,300, with Mexico taking 18,800, Indonesia taking 13,200, Thailand taking 8,400. Actual shipments of 322,600 running bales. And let's see the reaction of the market. Now, cotton, in anticipation of a bad number like last week in cancellations, had sold off, and it was down 48 before the report. Right now it's down 45, so not a lot of time to react, but so far up a small amount. Soybeans, net sales of 168,200 metric tons. That's down 61% from the 4-week average. China took 79,600. Mexico took 58,200. Tunisia took 22,600. Soybeans before the report were up 1.5 cents. Right now, soybeans are, let's see, up 1 3/4. Corn, net sales of 294,900. That's 7% over the 4-week average. Japan took 166,500 metric tons. Mexico took 139,000 metric tons, and Colombia took 47,000 metric tons. We did have some cancellations of unknown destinations of 97,300, new crop sales of 110,100. Now, reaction there, corn was unchanged before the report. Right now it's up about 1/4 cent. Wheat, net sales of 612,000 metric tons. We've got the Philippines taking 116,000 metric tons, Guatemala taking 88,300 metric tons, Japan taking 81,500 metric tons. And the wheat number looked to be a pretty good one. Wheat before the report was up 5 3/4. Right now it's up 6 1/4. Let's take a look at some of the recent talk. I mean, if we were to write down what are the factors affecting these markets, these agricultural markets that we watch, it would be weather. That's certainly been a main consideration recently. Upcoming reports tomorrow. Tomorrow we've got our acreage numbers coming out, acreage estimates. In addition to that, grain stocks report. That's important to especially those to the markets. And then we've got a July 11th crop report that will be an important one. So these are important reports. In addition to that, we've got the ongoing U.S.-China trade talks. Saturday, we'll have the G20 meeting, an informal meeting between China and the U.S., and hopefully something will come out of that to agree to come back to negotiate the terms of a trade agreement. That is the hope. I think if we see that, the market will react in a positive way. As far as price forecasts go, December cotton has been stuck in a range of 65 to say 69. Of course, things change if you get a trade agreement completely. But as long as we stay with the factors affecting the market right now, we very well will stay within that range. November soybeans right now are trading at 9.20. Looking for a possible range there of anywhere from a low of $9 to a high of $9.80. December corn right now is trading at $4.55. Looking for a range there of anywhere from $4.30 on the downside to as much as $5 on the upside. We've had not only less acreage, and that will possibly start getting factored in as these numbers come out, not only less acreage, but a crop that is late and a crop that in some areas is not in good shape. September wheat, what do we expect there? Analysts forecast anywhere from a low of $5 to a high of $5.70, and right now September wheat's at $5.53. Let's take one last look at the market, but before we do that, just a reminder, in the case of corn, if you grow corn and you don't have any sold, it certainly seems like a time to be looking to do some pricing or some hedging at these high levels. We've been saying that for weeks, and we'll continue to say it. Market might gather itself up here and have another price rally from these high levels, but at least being able to get some coverage on is a good idea. And being ready in case we have some positive news and soybeans rally enough and get up toward that high $9 level, it might be an area to consider doing some pricing or hedging there. And in cotton, the level would probably be up toward 70 or a little higher if we were to see that. So, one last look. Cotton down 31 at 66.08 in December cotton. And that's definitely a bounce from where we were before the report. So the market seems to be a good report as far as market action goes. We are firming up in the soybeans. Soybeans right now are up 2 3/4. They started off up 1 1/2 before the report, and the activity looks pretty good. As a matter of fact, we're making new highs right now. December corn right now is up 1. It was unchanged. That market also firming up. And the wheat market, as we mentioned, was up 5 3/4 before the report. Right now, the wheat market in September is up 7 3/4. So it's rallied a couple of cents. So everything is taking these numbers in a positive way. But remember, these are big reports tomorrow, and the market has a tendency to kind of flatten out at some point, waiting for big numbers. So that probably is coming. That's it. Thanks for joining us for this edition of our weekly market update. I'm Pat McClatchy. Have a good day.